G'day everybody. Well, for today's autopsy we're going to be disassembling this Nilfisk Alto pressure washer which we found on the side of the road. There's the specs on it there. It's in pretty rough condition. I mean, this is essentially how I found it, complete with the hose and everything, but I don't really bother with that since it's got tons of those. But yeah, they're very heavy unit. It's got a full induction motor and everything, plus a pump housing. It's not one of the cheap ones. Here's one I prepared earlier. And these are pretty common actually. I mean, the Alto is actually now a division of Nilfisk, who make the wet dry vacs and big industrial cleaning equipment. But yeah, since the that pressure washer pump and motor assembly that I've got, which you've probably seen in other videos, is exactly the same as what's going to be inside this. So we can pull this one apart and hopefully be able to get some good spare parts and whatnot out of it. But anyway, I'll get the plastic cover off and continue. Well, I've opened it up carefully, quite literally this time. Normally I'd use the hammer, but I just can't be bothered today. I'll do it the sensible way and take the screws out. One thing's for sure is the Cowboys of Destruction have certainly been in here at some point and caused a little bit of chaos. Start as that fan cowling's actually loose and floating around in there. It usually just presses on, but that's come off. And there's a awful lot of greasy residue down this end of the motor. So I have a feeling it's actually leaked, and of course, this being an upright unit, it's just all comes straight down the through the motor and made a horrid mess of things. But it is sitting loose at the moment. There's just 4 big screws on the bottom that hold it onto the plastic casing, and that undo those and the whole thing just comes out. But yeah, not nice. As you can see, it's exactly the same as this one here, except this one's in much better nick than that other one is though. So this one can come to bits, and hopefully we'll be able to get enough parts to be able to fix that other one up properly, because that one leaks in a few places. But yeah, I have a feeling it's probably going to be pretty chewed up inside that casing. I'm not really looking forward to opening it. Is it recording? I suppose it is. I've already started by loosening the torque screws. They're stupidly tight on this thing. Even still, they're pretty tight. Just got to go one at a time. Just get them all loosened. I'm not actually going to be putting this thing back together, by the way. I just want to see what's actually happened to the pump assembly and everything inside. See how badly chewed up it is. I don't actually have a working driver for these bits, so I'm going to use the vice grips. This one's the actual ratchet's buggered up in it and it doesn't grip anymore. So, man's best tool, good old vice grips, come to the rescue. I really should have done this before I actually started recording, but it's alright, starting to get somewhere. Keep a couple of rags on hand because this is going to get messy. I can already feel it trying to move around. So that should hopefully, if I've undone it enough, it should come off. There we go. There's that's essentially the cylinder head. As you can see, quite a bit of corrosion. It's pretty bad. More water on it. Oops, ball bearing. Probably one of the little valves or something, I don't know. Yeah, we don't actually have much oil in this at all. There's a O-ring. If I can very carefully do this, get the water out. There's your bottom end, there's the pistons. It is just a 3-cylinder. I think it's something like 110 bar of pressure this thing could put out, but that's essentially all it is. That's compressing the water. And they just go like that at a stupid speed. As they're doing that, they're compressing the water. Still in focus? Yeah, good. These all come out as well. They're stainless steel, very hard. It's Castelli casing. We've had water in here, that's for sure. I'll set that aside with another rag. The old bath towels are good for this sort of stuff because when they get too dirty, you just chuck them in the washing machine, clean them again. But it's the swash plate. It's the roller bearing. It's actually in a metal enclosure. The balls are held in a plastic one, like on the Karcher. And it goes on like that. And in there, in this foul coloured oil, is your drive wheel. I suppose that's what it'd be called in this. There it is down there. That's that. There's your ball bearing race. See if we can get a good focus on that. I mean, it's fairly straightforward in terms of what it is. It's just a ring of balls. And then that's your drive down in there. There'll be another although it's held on by that torque screw, but there'll be another wheel and there'll be another ball bearing race in there as well. These are actually thrust bearings, these aren't radials, although there's probably tons more radials in it. But I'll take that nut off next and we can have a look a bit further. Don't know how I'm going to stop this now because my hands are all nasty. Okay, well I've done a bit more screw removal and I've very slowly been able to get it apart. It's a right pain in the ass getting this out, but there's the rotor and the protective shroud for the stator. More nasty oil. Some of it's gold in places. Pretty nasty stuff. Yeah, don't know where that's coming from. That's swash plate base will be pressed onto the shaft, unfortunately, so I don't think I've got much luck at getting that off. And that sort of seized as well in the I figure I'll just hammer it down and might be able to push that off. I do want to see if I can get this to work as a conventional electric motor. I mean, bearings are pretty good, they're not noisy. That's just locked up just because I've been pounding on it a lot, but stator's up in there, as you can see. It's pressed in as well. I mean, it's all sitting in this big, in fact, sort of comes loose actually. It's all just fitted into this steel casing. I mean, there's two Castelli ends on it. There's the other one there. That's where the fan would go. That's also pretty loose. A bit of pulling, I should be able to get the stator out. Yeah, there we go. Bloody hate why they put this stuff on the cabling, because it makes it so much harder to try and get it in and out. I'm going to try and keep it in the frame. I hope I'm still in the frame. There's the stator right there. A little few rust spots, but it's alright. It's paper wound and then probably dip varnished. Yeah, it is a 2-pole, as you can see, 1, 2. So it's probably a 28, 2900, maybe even a 3500 if I'm really lucky. I mean, it showed it being a 4000 RPM, but we don't get those type of motors over here in Australia because we only have 50 Hertz, we don't have 60 Hertz like over in America, where motors that would do 2800, they do 35 over there. But that's a Nilfisk Alto pressure washer with probably say it's running very low on oil, close to catastrophic failure if it was left any longer. And that's everything that's inside it. do a quick look over all of the parts. That's the swash plate, it's the pistons and cylinder housing. It's brass or bronze liners they put on them. A cylinder head and valve block. That's the stator shroud. There's the rotor in the swash plate, or at least the bottom half of it. And there's your stator, which is in pretty good nick. I'll probably put this thing back together as a conventional electric motor. I don't really want to destroy it just yet, or let the smoke out of it. And there's a capacitor as well, if anybody wanted to see what that was. So, that's a pressure washer and everything that's inside it. Hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching.